Hi, and welcome to the Knit and Purl PEARL podcast, episode 9. Thanks for coming. If you haven't been here before, come on in, grab some knitting and a soft drink, and join us. Maybe hopefully you'll gain some entertainment and you'll have some company while you're knitting. How about that? Thank you for coming. Those of you who have been here before, thanks for coming back. My name is Doris, and I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design on Etsy and Facebook, and I am Doris M. Smith on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl podcast group. We have 18 members, and we have a new member this week who is Pickles58. She is Karen, and she's from Chittenham, United Kingdom, and I hope I said that right. And on YouTube we have 38 subscribers. Thank you all, the Ravelry group and the Instagram subscribers. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, there's just a little button down below. Just hit that button. You'll get updates when I post a new video. So we're moving right along to the June Green Craft Along. Rules are you must be a member of the Knit and Purl podcast group to qualify for prizes. The craft needs to be recycled, reusable materials, begun on June 1st or after. And you can have as many entries as items finished and posted. There is no chatter on the contest thread, and there is a chatter thread, and you must have fun. And I'm not even going to say if there's more than 50. We have 4 entries, and you still have time. It's only Thursday. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I will close the thread on July 1st. In the early AM. So, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to do something like this. Make a little magazine origami box. You can get this stuck together. You can get the instructions on how to fold the box out of magazine paper. Mine's kind of sticky because I tried to make it, I decoupaged it and it's sticking together. So, you could find the instructions I found it on YouTube and learned how to do an origami box. This is just magazine pages. I say this counts as a recycled, reusable material entry. So, you can whip out a couple of these and have entries. Or look, a cute little magazine bowl. It won't take that long. Doesn't take that long to make. So the prizes, the winner, unless there's 50 entries before Monday, might be, who knows, we'll get to pick between these two prizes, and they are 31 bags. From the company was based on the 31st Proverbs 31, which is the virtuous woman. So these are awesome bags. I love them. But this one is brand new. It's a little too, anyway, I haven't used it. It's a thermal bag, zip bag. You could use it as a little lunch, a little snack, or you can use it as a makeup bag or a small project bag. Brand new. Only fondled by me. The second option is I guess it could be a wine thermal bag or a beverage thermal bag. Very nice. Open it up and it's also thermal. So the winner of the drawing, which we will do next on the 3rd of July, the next time I film, I'll do the drawing. And we'll go there. So I had a vote on the thread. I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm going to put this over here. For what to do in July, and the vote was to do a finished objects cowl, which I will have the rules and all of that in a thread before July 1st. Or by or around July 1st, I'll have a thread up with the rules and also a chatter thread. Okay, moving right along. Usually we have like a story here, but we're going to do stash enhancements because I have a lot of stash enhancements. And the story kind of goes in the works in progress thread. We'll talk about that then. So, stash enhancements. Saturday, Ted and I went down to Old St. Charles. I wanted to go to Knit and Caboodle, and he wanted some dark chocolate covered raisins from the sweet shop down there. I don't know the name of the sweet shop, but they have good ice cream and they have homemade chocolates and fudges and stuff. So we went down there, and it was kind of bittersweet because the last time I walked up to Knit and Caboodle, the door was opened. So I just walked in and, made my purchases, and then they told me that it was 20% off, but I thought, cool, I picked a good day. Well, this time when I walked up to Knit and Caboodle, there was a big sign on the door that said going out of business. It's kind of sad, but there's still 20% off, and I got some fiber. So, we'll show you my purchases from Knit and Caboodle. I told you about the bat that I spun before, so I of course went looking and found 2 more of these bats from Utopia Fiber Farm, and that's in Troy, Missouri. From Troy, Missouri. Is it Troy, Missouri? Yeah. So I'm assuming this is domestic. But such a pretty color. It's got mixes of different, like a little yellow, a little green. So pretty. That's one. Here's another one. Same from Utopia. But look at that bat. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So pretty. Yep. And I got some more of the BFL and Sparkle from Yarn Geek Fibers. And it's just this, and the color is Lady Godiva. So pretty, sparkly. So I have, if you remember, I have another one of these that I got the last time I went down. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I figured 4 ounces is better than 2. So that was the fiber that I got. And I also I've been eyeing this for quite some time, but it was a little pricey for what it is. But I really like this. It is called Marble Chunky. And I have been looking at this yarn I saw it at Notorious, but since it was, let's turn it upside down. Since it was 20% off, I got it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but I have been so wanting some of this. I don't know if you can see the colors or not. It's like pinks and browns and white. So pretty. But it's acrylic. So it's 100% acrylic, I think. Made under license in Turkey for James C. Brent, West Yorkshire. It is 310 mil with 341 yards. The colorway is MC20. Machine washable. I thought I read on here that it was acrylic. Where did I read that? Oh, here it is. 100% acrylic. But it was kind of pricey, but it's a lot of yarn, and I love the colors, love the barba pulling. And so I got it. 20% off. Oh, one more thing. Oh, sorry. I do that quite often. I also got some Crystal Palace bamboo needles, size 15, 35-inch cable. I have a project for that. I love these bamboo needles. And this one is going to be, I'm sure, a nice one. So, there's that. So I'm kind of sad to see that the store is closing. It's always sad to see that there's a local yarn store closing. Okay, so then I have more. Monday, I had to hang around in Florissant to pick up Ted's son from work because they're having car issues. So I got off work about 1-ish. And I didn't want to drive all the way back to St. Charles and then go. So perfect opportunity to just shop. So I went to Meyer House. They're in Florissant. They have like, the bottom floor of Meyer House is like fabric and quilting stuff. The top floor is their weaving department, all kinds of yarn and stuff there. So I got sock yarn. This is, watch out, this might put your eye out. It's so bright. So bright and pretty. Neon Now from Plymouth Yarns. 75% wool, 25% nylon sock yarn, 100 grams, approximately 436 yards. Socks. So I just keep buying stuff. Socks. So pretty. I love the colors. Green and blue and red and purple. Yellow. Very neon. They had some major neon colors in this. And I also got some, what is it called? Kramer Yarns Tatami Tweed. It's 3.5 ounces, 250 yards. The colorway is It's a Girl. And it is 45% cotton, 55% acrylic, DK weight, and I thought washcloths. Yep. You can't. It's like a really light pink with colored flecks in it, hence the tweed. So, and then, you remember last week I was talking about spinning and how I really need to learn a little bit more and do some, learn more than just the basics that I got from YouTube. So I bought Spin Control by Amy King. So I've just barely started looking at it. Looks like a lot of good stuff in here. Here's a page. You can see. I don't know. Just a lot of good information and how to, know the fibers and how to work with certain fibers and how to spin the yarn that you want. So, reading. to help me spin better, because I haven't spun anything since the last thing I spun, because it's just like I really feel like I need to learn a little bit more before I spin anymore. So I got that. And that, I believe, is all the stash enhancements. So, we've done everything. Yes. So I have a finished object, but I don't have a picture. I don't have the finished object. It was a gift, and it was already delivered and loved very much. But I have a picture. I was going to say, let me insert a picture, but I have a pretty good picture on my iPad. Here's one. I thought it turned out really good. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen the picture. I really like the button that it just doesn't quite match. I like that. Let me see if I can get it. There's another picture. Turned out really good. What I did was I made a chain. This is crocheted. Let me see if I wrote down the information. Yeah, Kindle bag. My own recipe, a size H crochet hook. The yarn is, I love this yarn, 100% acrylic, in the colorway Jazz Stripes. And what I had done was I chained however many I thought, and then I just kind of crocheted around and just went circular until I got to where I thought was a good point. And then I stopped the circular and just did a flap. And then for the buttonhole, I just skipped 2 stitches and chained 2 and went, and so I had an opening for the button. And the lady I knitted or crocheted for really liked it, so it was a big hit, and I think it turned out nice. I think it did turn out nice. Like I said, I like the button and the fact that it doesn't quite match, but it's like big and bold. Yeah. So that's the finished object. So we're moving along to the works in progress, and I have done some work on the Garter Yoke Baby Cardigan, which is by Jennifer Howell, free pattern on Ravelry. And let me just get the project bag, which is from Joanne. Well, it's from Knit Spin Farm on Etsy. Joanne. There's the cows. The little Knit Spin Farm. Okay, so I added yarn. I don't know if I told you about it the last time. I don't know. Oh, we got so much. Hang on. Sorry, such a mess. Get out of here. It's all twisted around. Shoot. So I added the other yarn because I didn't want to run out of this. I was afraid of running out of this before I finished the arms. So I wanted to have some in reserve for the arms. So this is where I was the last time I worked on it. So now I have one sleeve almost finished. The yarn, the purple, is Leading Man Fiber Arts in the DK weight, in the colorway Royalty, and Leading Man Fiber Arts, the 100% superwash merino Dragmater is the base, and sorry, it's kind of dirty. It's DK weight, superwash merino, and the other is, the pink is a DK weight Barocco vintage DK, and the colorway is say? Did I say this last time? Where is it? It's something raspberry. It's 50% acrylic, 40% wool, and 10% nylon. The colorway is 21108. And I thought I read this, that it was raspberry, but I could be thinking about something else. Sorry. I'm going to put it away. Spent too much time. So anyway, the plan is to and see, I believe it or not, I did this little thing on purpose. I like that. And this. Just kind of, I don't know, I liked that, so I did it on purpose. I didn't have to do that. I did it on purpose. So I've got probably another inch of this to bind off. Then I'll do the other sleeve. And then I'm going to use the pink as the button band too. So, and find buttons. But there is some progress this week. So, also, the Hitchhiker did not see the light of day. But I started a new project that has a story to it. Ted and I went to the James Taylor concert on Tuesday. And so Monday, I thought, I'm going to cast on a pair of socks. So I have some knitting in public stuff. So while I'm sitting there waiting for the concert to start, I can knit on some socks. That was the plan. So Ted and I went, and I was knitting in the car. We stayed in the car. We got there. We got elite parking, so I got a place up front, so we didn't have to worry about walking. Ted is my significant other. And so I told Ted, my plan, I'm going to bring my knitting in so I can knit while we wait for the concert to start. And Ted was like, really? I don't think that's a good idea. And I'm like, why? Well, you'll be the only one there knitting. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It's something I can do while I'm waiting for the concert to start. So the backstory on that is that Ted is blind, totally blind. As a child, he was born blind, and as he got older, he had a lot of pressure behind his eyes and was causing a lot of pain and discomfort, and he was passing out, and so they removed his eyes. So he's like totally blind. So his thing was, Doris, people will see that I'm blind and you're taking me and you're knitting, so they'll think you just brought me to the concert and you aren't the least bit interested in the concert, and like I was like his driver or something. So that was his mindset about me bringing my knitting. So I said, you know, Ted, he said, but we'll look and see if anyone else is knitting when we go there for next time. And I'm like, yeah, nobody else will probably be knitting. So, but I said, you know what, out of respect for you, I won't bring my knitting, because I don't want you to feel odd that I'm knitting and maybe people would think that I wasn't you weren't my significant other, my date, whatever, that I was just your driver. So I didn't knit in public, but, and by the way, there was nobody else knitting. So it was like an outdoor concert at a amphitheater, James Taylor. By the way, the concert was amazing. James Taylor is 66 years old, and he still sings like he always did. Very good. And the man was jumping around on stage a couple of times. I was just like, this man is 66 years old and still able to jump around when he's like really in the groove. I'm like, wow. I hope when I'm 66 I'm able to jump around. So anyway, that's my story. I didn't get to bring my knitting, but I did start a pair of socks. I haven't had socks in a couple of weeks, and I just wanted a pair of socks. So this is the first one. It's just a plain vanilla sock on 2.75 number 2 USA on 40-inch circular. I usually do my vanilla sock is 2 inches of 2x2 ribbing, and then 2 inches of stockinette. Then I add the Fish Lips Kiss heel, and then go from there. And I've been doing 2 at a time, so I got to the point of the heel, and I started the second one, and I am just still on the 2x2 ribbing. But this is the Patons Kroy sock in the colorway Bramble Stripes, which is 75% washable wool, 25% nylon. I loved it. I knitted the Patons Kroy rag colorway sock, the stripe that everybody was knitting. So I bought several different colors of Patons Kroy sock after that because I really like the way it knits up, and I really like the way it feels. So this is my socks started, and my story. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you would have done in that case. I just, out of respect for Ted, I didn't bring my knitting in. So, but I was like, I missed an hour of knitting that I could have been knitting. But instead, I had some quality time with Ted. We sat and visited and had a drink and, just relaxed and enjoyed our time together. So I'm trying to make these socks too. I'm trying to make these socks matchy. And in the process, on the second sock, I had to pull out this much yarn. That's a lot of yarn. But I wanted a matchy sock, so that's what I did. So I figure I could use this on the heel. So I might be playing yarn chicken, I don't know. But I don't think so, because I don't knit a really long leg of the sock. I just knit, like I said, 4 inches and then the heel. Because I have problems with swelling and it cuts off your circulation. You know. So anyway, those are the only 2 works in progress that have gotten worked on. My hitchhiker I didn't bring out. Summertime, we're busy swimming and cooking out and being with family and all of that. So the next thing we're going to do is my Pinterest find, which is 45 life lessons written by a 90-year-old woman. And it's by Stephanie Wong, and it's on the Pop Sugar website. But the thing about this pin is that it's not written by a 90-year-old woman. But it caught my attention. That's why I stopped. But it's actually, the story is that the lady who wrote this, I'm trying to get it out, was actually, it says, people often tell Regina Brett how great she looks for her age. Turns out she's actually 54 years old, not 90. And she wrote down these life lessons the night before her 45th birthday after being diagnosed with breast cancer. Over that past decade, these lessons have gone viral on the internet amid claims that she was 90 years old. Luckily, she finds humor in this misrepresentation, knowing how many lives she's touched. And personally, like I said, I stopped because I'm like, a 90-year-old no. But very good lessons, and I'll show you the lady, that what they did. This is not her. This is just, I guess, some random geriatric lady. But 45 lessons. Let me get it down at the glare. 45 life lessons written by a 90-year-old, but it's not written by a 90-year-old. But good stuff, and I'm going to read you some that I highlighted. Number 1, life isn't fair, but it's still good. Number 2, when in doubt, just take the next small step. Number 4, don't take yourself so seriously. No one else does. Number 6, you don't have to win every argument. You can agree to disagree. And number 9, when it comes to chocolate, resistance is futile. Number 10, make peace with your past so it doesn't screw up the present. Number 12, don't compare your life to others. You have no idea what their journey is all about. Number 13, if a relationship has to be a secret, you shouldn't be in it. Sorry, my computer went dead. Let me get this back up. Sorry about that. Okay. We were on number 13, which you know who you are. Okay. 17. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. But the second one is up to you and no one else. Love it. 19. Burn the candles. Use the nice sheets. Wear the fancy lingerie. Don't save it for a special occasion. Today is special. Okay, that was number 19. Number 20. Over-prepare. Then go with the flow. Love it. 23. No one is in charge of your happiness except you. Number 28. However good or bad the situation is, it will change. Okay, that was 29. Your job won't take care of you when you're sick. Your friends will. Stay in touch. 33. Your children get only one childhood. Make it memorable. 35. If we all threw our problems in a pile and saw everyone else's, we'd grab ours back. That was 35. So 43. If you don't ask, you don't get. 44. One word. Yield. And the last one, but not the least, life isn't tied up with a bow, but it is still a gift. Awesome. I really This is something to look at, to try to find and to read, because it is just wonderful. But it wasn't a 90-year-old lady. She was 45, or on the eve of her 45th birthday, when she wrote it. So, good stuff. And one of them was, it's okay for your children to see you cry. Life is too short for long pity parties. Get busy living or get busy dying. That one's kind of... Anyway, I've read some of the good ones. 45 life lessons written by a 90-year-old woman who is actually 54 by Stephanie Wong. And it's on the Pop Sugar website, or you can just search it on Pinterest. So, last but not least is the stumble. And the stumble this time is on the website. Well, I guess it's website. It's on summer #Mike Hacks. It's like Mike's Hard Lemonade and whatever. But it is a 2-ingredient ice cream without an ice cream maker. It says it tastes, okay, let me just read what it says. This ice cream is simple, only 2 ingredients, and no ice cream maker. It is creamy and delicious and perfect aloner with any mix-ins you can think of. It does take planning ahead though. So, the 2 ingredients are 2 cups of whole cream or heavy whipping cream and 1 cup of sweetened condensed milk. You blend it together for 4 minutes until thick and creamy, and then you blend it until it's like thick and creamy, and then you put it in a container and freeze it overnight. And so there's what it looks like. Looks good. Looks like something you might want to try. You don't have to have an ice cream maker, and you can make homemade ice cream. And you can add your own little thing in if you want to add pieces of candy or chocolate or strawberries. You could add your own. But that's my stumble. Ice cream for July. Okay. That's all I have for this week. You got 38 minutes. So, thank you again for coming. Thank you for all your support, comments, and activity in the Ravelry threads. Thank you for subscribing. I'm here every week. I'll see you next week. Bye.